Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. I am back. This is my first review since like early April. I was a head coach of track and field this year, or this spring for Camp Hill. Had a really great time with that, but that took up all my time. Didn't have any time to do any car reviews, but the season is over. It is summer and I am back. Now today we're taking a look at a 2022 Acura MDX Type S. This is essentially the flagship Acura, if you don't count the NSX, because that's a completely different, Halo sports supercar. But this car has a 3-liter turbo V6 with 355 horsepower, 354 foot-pounds of torque. This is the same engine that is in the TLX Type S, the mid-size sedan that can compete with BMWs and Mercedes. But this car poses an interesting question. The question is, can this car hang with the German luxury SUVs? Now I did a quick review of a TLX saying that same question: can the TLX hang with the Germans? Now this car has a third row, but the competitors from Germany do not. The BMW X5, the Mercedes GLE, and the Audi Q7 do not have dedicated third rows, but this car does. This is a pretty big car. So we're gonna see what it's like to go poke around on the inside and outside, and then we're gonna get this thing on the road in my next video. Let's take a look at the MDX Type S. Now, one thing that I need to bring up is that they are considering this the flagship Acura. Now, this has a 3-liter turbo V6, like I said, but this car being the flagship sort of competes with like the base or the bottom rung models of the BMW X5 and GLE. Now, obviously there's twin turbo V8s, Mercedes and BMWs, but those are like $120,000, $130,000. But I just had to mention that this is the top spec Acura competing with like lower trim of the BMW X5. That car also has a 3-liter inline 6, but 335 horsepower. So this has 20 horsepower more than a sort of base level BMW X5, but it's worth noting that this is sort of the best you're going to get out of the MDX when the other German equivalents have twin turbo V8s, but with all that power comes obviously more price. So just had to mention that. Now let's talk about the styling. Now I think this is a very attractive vehicle. I think this is by far the best looking MDX. This being the Type S trim, you get a little bit more blacked out trim, and you do get the huge 21-inch rims and tires with the red brake calipers. The red brake calipers look really good with this, contrasting to the black. But yeah, Acura has done all this sort of, I don't even know how you describe this grille, but it looks like the A of the Acura logo is like shooting through space. It just looks really cool. There's your first Type S badge. There are a lot of Type S badges on this vehicle. Acura still does have these sort of squinty headlights with your LED running lamp right there. They always have, I guess you can call them projector headlights. Now my in-laws have a MDX, the last generation, and I think it's a nice car, but I don't know, I just don't think it's that crazy. I mean, you can't beat the reliability, and it's still a good looking car, but this car is definitely the best looking MDX that we've had so far. This is the 4th generation. Now I think with the advanced package, what this does not have, you get just a little bit more blacked out trim, but overall this black paint is very nice. You can see this sort of metallic fleck in the sun right there. Now this is a 3-row SUV, when I will show you the back when we get over in a little bit. But yeah, you can feel it's a big vehicle, huge rims and tires, nice blacked out trim. It does have a panoramic roof. All right, let's just go back to the rear of the vehicle. Now, one thing that I really, really enjoy about the back of this is these tailpipes are absolutely huge. I think the sound you get out of this V6 is pretty decent. I don't think I'll attach a clip. But yeah, they've sort of elongated their headlights and taillights just to sort of pinch them out. And what's interesting is that the turn signal is only just this top little section right there. But you sort of have these swoopy tail lamps that go like that. Nice little back spoiler right there. But yeah, those pipes are insane. That is the main way you can distinguish a normal MDX from a Type S MDX. But yeah, similar going around. This does have the super handling all-wheel drive, the SH all-wheel drive right there. It's definitely the best looking MDX I think they have made. I think it looks especially good in black. I don't know what it is about certain colors with certain cars. Like I was drawn to a white Mazda 6, but this black is the way to go. All right, let's take a look at the engine. All right, here is the power plant of the MDX. Like I said, a 3-liter single turbo V6, 355 horsepower. Now this car will actually go 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds, which is pretty damn good for a big car like this that is, you know, not full size like a Suburban, but huge. This is a big car. Now the owner of this car has 3 kids, so of course you would want to have the third row. Now that is the main benefit, I would say, of getting a car like this as opposed to an X5. Those are equally or more expensive, but this does have a usable third row. But anyway, back to the engine. Same engine as in the TLX Type S, which is the performance sedan. 5.5 to 60 is still pretty good. So, all right, let's take a look at the third row. Now, getting in the third row of the MDX, click and hold that right there. Now, like I said before, this is I'd say the main perk of buying this car over an X5 or a GLE or a Q7. I think it just looks as good, price is similar, but yeah, this is a definite usable third row. There's the one side of the third row down right there. And I'm gonna try to squeeze myself in the back right there in a little bit. But you do have this mat that goes everywhere. Of course, there's your Type S badge, but there is a little hidden area underneath this where you have a bunch of stuff, as the owner of this car does, and that's pretty decent. You can actually stow this up or you can keep it down, but that is a nice little extra spot for storage right there. So that is the third row. I'm gonna go on the inside now, and let's take a look at the interior. All right, let's check out the interior of the Type S. And of course, oh, stop, the seats keeps going up, stop it. You still do have the Type S badge. Where's the glare? You still have the Type S badge and the door plate there, but just look at the materials here. You have red stitching, nice sort of silver trim right there on the speakers and on the upper thing right there. This is just a normal industry standard plastic. I don't think that's too bad, but we do have the stitching all over the seats. There's a little Alcantara piece down the middle. I mean, that looks fantastic. I think this is definitely one of the most comfortable, you know, family luxury SUVs around. But yeah, the quality is very nice. You still have that red stitching go the whole way around the dash and on the doors and on the seats everywhere. So let's give this thing a start. It is super hot. Nice little graphic right there. Now you can change what the gauge clusters do going with this little button on the side of the steering wheel. Here, I'm gonna go to, as you can see it moving up there, G meter, attention level, gauge settings. So if you go to gauge layout and then advanced, that gives you a more typical, well, you've got your tachometer right there, your speedometer right there, your miles per hour in the middle, which I like. And see, when you're stepping on the brake, watch, I'm stepping on the brake and it shows in the little graphic right there, not on the brake, on the brake, not on the brake. That's kind of silly, but I like that nice little detail. Now you've got a huge screen in the middle here. And some people, when I was doing my research, say that they are not that crazy about the infotainment system because it has this little trackpad right here, but I don't really think it's that bad. So if you go to home and you sort of move around with your finger and then you click. So if I wanted to go to Sirius XM, like I'm just moving my finger this way ever so slightly. If I want to go to Sirius XM, then you select the pad. So Sirius XM is my main screen here, and over here is the navigation. I'm going to turn that down. Yeah, I like that. I like that it's such a wide screen that you can have a bunch of different things on it. I love the sort of silver start button right there. That looks really good. But yeah, this is the typical Acura MDX wheel, except for it has the flat bottom and the Type S badge right here. But yeah, I'm seriously digging the quality of this. Now we do have a couple buttons over here to control the parking sensors, traction control off. Now if you did have the advanced package, that's where you have a couple buttons for the heads-up display. Not really necessary in my mind. It would be cool, but not a deal breaker. Now Acura did go away from the normal shifters, and they do have the buttons right here. So P is park, R is reverse. Now let's take a look at the camera. A couple nice views. You can go couple different views if you're backing up into something using the same trackpad. I still think that's pretty decent. Now if you wanted to go back into drive, you hit the D. Now you're in drive. Neutral, I mean, some people don't like it, but I don't have a problem with it. Now this button right here is where the magic happens. This is your drive mode selector. Now if I go over, it makes a little noise. So comfort, snow, lift. Yeah, this does have the air suspension. Okay, snow, comfort, normal, sport, and sport plus. That is when everything sort of ratchets up. You get a G meter there. The gauges over here change when you go through the modes as well. Sport, normal. We'll just keep it in normal right there. So I like the quality. You do have a wireless charging pad right here. You do have a nice little spot where I would put my wallet here. This is a nice little button right there just to get a couple USB chargers. You do have your auto stop start and your brake hold right there, which is kind of cool. This does have the paddle shifters. This is a 10-speed automatic transmission. I'll be interested to see when we get out on the road how the transmission acts with so many gears. Hopefully it can be in the right gear. But yeah, the quality in here I think is very, very strong. I don't even know what this is made of, but this nice little silver trim looks good right below the red stitching. So overall, I am pretty impressed. Here, let's check out the back seat. Okay, the back seat has the same nice stitching and the little perforated stuff in the middle. I'm gonna get in here. Now, yeah, this is pretty nice. Now, this middle seat can actually go up as a third seat in the middle, but you can also completely take this out of here so where you can just walk through the back as if they were captain's chairs. Now, you do actually have a full third zone climate control back here. I don't think the BMW or the Audi offers that as much as a huge screen like this. You can go through auto mode, on, off, temperature, fan, everything. That's pretty nice. You also have your hater blockers right here. That's pretty cool. Same decent quality back here. I like it. So let's try to get in the back seat. All right, now I really like this. There's a button on the bottom of the second row right here. I press that button, goes right up. I'm gonna get my 6-foot frame back here. And yeah, this is for small kids, but seriously not bad. I'm not even gonna attempt to put the seat back. Actually, I will. Okay, yes, my legs are cramped, but as someone, I don't think your kids are gonna be 6 feet tall. There's a nice view of the interior of the front row. All right, I like the space of this MDX. I think it is a solid competitor to the German, so let's wrap this up. All right, so I think this is gonna wrap up my quick overview of a 2022 Acura MDX Type S. Now, if you are into a family luxury SUV and you have 3 kids as opposed to 2, I think this would be an excellent choice for a family luxury SUV. The BMW and the Mercedes and the Audi obviously are good choices, but if you really need the space, I think the MDX would be the way to go. You have the Acura reliability plus all the features, and this thing just looks damn good in black. I think you would make a solid vehicle for your family, going in reasonable style and comfort. I'm excited to see what it's like to get out on the road and drive it. So big thanks to Matt and Erica for letting me get in this bad boy. They're my neighbors. I really appreciate it. If you're into videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at GemmyD on Cars. Stay tuned for the drive video, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.